Dear ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ivana Dranyuk and I am an associate professor at Artificial Intelligence Department at Lviv Polytechnic National University. I am glad to present our joint investigation about information technologies implementation for creative entrepreneurship and innovation development in Ukraine. This investigation is prepared joined with the, Professor Irina Moisenko and others. Now I want to present the state of innovation development policy in Ukraine. The current state of innovation policy in Ukraine is a consequence of the lack of strategic vision and consistent policy in creative and innovative way of development, formation of national innovation model of authorities cooperation, institution of higher education and entrepreneurship that would ensure its implementation. We are proposed that factors as individual institutions responsible for policy making and both the national local levels do not fully recognize and significant in part that digital technology can have an overall development of the country. The implementation of concrete CCI strategies to make effective use of their potential, and it's still at the early stage. CCA strategies are often developed by a single stakeholder, while the sector requires jointly development and implementation program and tools that cover more policy areas. The development of CCI policy program and tools should take into account the broader perspective and involve the more stakeholders. The purpose of our study is to develop an organization mechanism for implementation, the model of the triple helix of public administration based on the development of creative entrepreneurship and the use of information technology. And we use the following methods in our study: structural analysis to identify the characteristic of IT cluster, and statistical analysis to assess the state of creative entrepreneurship in Ukraine, and system analysis to determine the elements of the organizational mechanism of public administration of the innovation cycle. Here in this plot, you can see the dynamic of creative industry development in Ukraine. As you can see, the creative industries developed very dynamic during 2013 and 2019 in Ukraine. In this table, you can see the budget funding, innovation, and technology transfer in South Hryvnia. As you can see, the part of IT industry is approach 25%. In this table, you can see the top 5 most active IT cluster in Ukraine that have 158,000 professionals and create the 85% of the total counting in Ukraine. This is the Kyiv, Kharkiv, Lviv, Dnipro, and Odessa IT clusters. It's very important. Economic effect of IT cluster activity in Ukraine is presented in this table too. So you can see that Kharkiv IT cluster creates 500 USD thousand, and the Lviv IT cluster creates for more than 4,500 thousand USD. And Dnipro cluster creates 3,078,000 USD, and economic effect of this IT cluster is 435 million USD. So you can see that economic effect is more higher than IT cluster prepare. Creative industry are considered a phenomenon of post-industrial area, as their emergence and development contributed to solving important socio-economic problems. Mass unemployment in one's industrial areas, degradation of urban settlements, disorderly labor migration, and other. The development of creative industries has become one of the main tools of the economic revival of urban agglomerations through the means of culture and creativity. And here is the main contribution of our investigation. Here you can see mechanism of spiral model innovative development. In the progress of formation of innovative economy in Ukraine cluster, were used in solving a wide range of tasks. For example, analysis of competitive of state, region, industry, and in the regional development program. As a basic of stimulation, innovation, and small business development. Modification of 5-factor spiral model of public administration based on the development of creative entrepreneurship and use the information technology, and as the important mechanism for implementation state innovation policy. For organization, mechanism for implementation of spiral model is developed to create territory with a high concentration of creative professionals by allocating zones with the settlement intended primary and the destroyed of creative activities. A partial infrastructure provision, school of exchange of experience, and we can participate in the European innovation related program, and supporting the introduction of entrepreneurship, financial literacy, and intellectual property protection courses. A mechanism for stimulation scientists to formulate relevant and demanding global market research topic. So the conclusion from our investigation is such a conclusion. The structure of organization and the common mechanism of realization state management of innovative development is developed. A system structure approach to the construction of triple helix model based on the use of foresight technology for creative industries and information technology implementation is applied. The scientific novelty of the obtained result is the modification of the triple helix model of the formation of innovation policy based on the development of creative entrepreneurship and cluster. Recommendation: the use of technology for recasting market potential to increase the efficiency of creative entrepreneurship with the use of information technology and practical input. This approach will promote the generation of innovative high technologies through the organic combination of educational and scientific potential of university with market interesting and resources of business structure, ensuring innovative sustainable development. Thank you for your attention. Please question.